All right, here we go. To those of you who are bored in life, I know what that means. I've been bored most of my life, and that does not mean that I don't feel like good moments. Not at all. Like I've had great times. I've had bad times, but all in all, it just means that I had the feeling that what awaited me was disappointment, more particularly disappointment in myself. I had a nagging feeling that I was going to end up feeling mediocre and bored, which kind of trapped me. I felt very much trapped, and it was dreadful. I hated it, and I didn't know what to do. All of that changed a few years ago when I started getting into music, and one day I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna start and commit to making music, and I'm gonna post music online and see how it goes. And you know, surely enough, it is stupid, but seeing progress in something that I decided to do felt awesome. On top of that, you know, people started listening to it. My friends were saying like, oh, you're getting better. This song was really good and all that. And yeah, it just felt nice. Like I felt like I was going somewhere. But most of all, making music gave me a dream. My dream. I built that dream. It was to make a living off of my artistic creations. And so while over the past few years, you know, that dream kind of took different routes, which is fine. I still have a general gist of a dream I am aiming at, is to be a creator and a creative person and to live off of that. And having a dream has been a wonderful way of learning a lot about myself. So here are a few of the things I've learned so far. Somehow I always envied my religious friends because it felt like whenever they were having a bad time or suffering or something, it was always for a greater purpose. And, you know, like not being sick, but their existential problems always felt justified by a greater being. And I wish I didn't grow up in a religious family, and I just, you know, for a long time I wished that I could have relayed my problems to something else. It just felt like they had answers to their suffering. To me, it just felt like I was simply suffering without a purpose. Something I heard, I forgot where, I'm sorry, it kind of stuck with me, but I couldn't figure out why. And I'm gonna explain it later. So this is what it was. It's God is within each and every one of us. So, religious beliefs aside, let's just say God is your higher self. God is the perfect version of your being. That is exactly who you should be putting your faith in. God. You need to know and believe in what you are doing in order to make your dreams happen. It sounds corny as hell, I know, but this is like, you know, I haven't been doing this, and I feel like a lot of people are not doing this as well. And it sounds like basic ass advice, but it is true. You need to believe in yourself some more. It's as easy as that. In the end, it sort of creates a feedback loop where you believing in yourself will push you to do that extra rep or run that extra mile or lap or even put in an extra hour of reading, studying, work, you know, whatever, because you know in your head that this is going to work. This is going to happen because you know what you're capable of. But obviously with every faith, there are the non-believers. Jordan Peterson said it once, that telling people our ambitions and our goals and our dreams is very problematic for most people because basically we're opening up and it makes us vulnerable to other people. But most of all, what I've figured out is that it makes us vulnerable to ourselves. We're now allowed to disappoint ourselves if we don't reach our goals. And that is the worst thing that could happen. That is the case of the introduction, of being disappointed in ourselves. And what I've come to kind of conclude on this is that there's no real way to shut out or dismiss the inner critic that is always living inside of us, because if, metaphorically speaking, there is God within us, then there's always going to be some space for the devil. I like math, and this seems like a good equilibrium state. The thing is, you can interpret that devil within you in a different way. You can use it to remind yourself of the boredom you feel right now if you do not take action and believe in yourself. What I always tell myself is that when I'm trying to get started on a new project or I need to work, I remember how I used to feel a few years ago, that dread, that despair, and I am now basically desperate to never go back to that place. And it motivates me in a good way, I think. I'm not sure. I think to just be the best person I can be. It's a scary road to accept and open yourself up to trying to be the best person you can be, but so far it's been super rewarding, and I really can't stress this enough. I don't think you're living to what you could be or what you think you could be, even that. You know, all of this sounds kind of basic, and it leads me to my last point, basic advice that nobody's taking seriously. You need to take conscious action. You need to take conscious action of living your dreams. That is the most important part, because you can't expect to one day have it fall on your lap. And that's what makes you vulnerable. It's the fact that you are responsible and that you will fail if you do not put in the work. You're just not going to achieve your dream if you don't take full responsibility for your actions and commit and do it. That's it. That's all there is to it, is you need to get up out of bed and say, fuck it, I'm gonna do this thing because I know that it's gonna work. And it's gonna be hard. That's the thing. It is going to be hard. It's not easy. It is, like I would study from 6 a.m. to like 2 p.m. and then make music from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. and then go to bed. That's it. I would not do anything else. But, you know, it worked out, and it worked out really well, and it's a path worth taking. Achieving your goal just requires that extra rep, extra mile, lap, and hour of work. The problem is that no one is forcing you to do these. It's all on you. But the belief you have in yourself is what's going to break you free of your prison of boredom. If anything, remember this, because this is a big part of my life, is that no one else is entitled to believe in you. So do yourself a favor and believe in yourself and do something. Thanks.